Dine aboard an anchored paddle boat, inside an Irish pub with traditional Irish dancers and live music, or a celebrity chef's restaurant. Find out your Disney Springs dining options today on Walt Disney World Adults Only. Welcome to Royal Highnesses, I'm Dan and you're watching Walt Disney World Adults Only. Now today we're talking about the different dining options available at Disney Springs. Now Disney Springs is probably the best location for great dining options in the whole of Walt Disney World. The best in terms of selection and choice of food and different dining options. Whilst you will find some really great selections in both the theme parks and at the resorts, this is the place at Walt Disney World where you'll find all the good restaurants side by side together in one place. Here you will find everything from signature fine dining options through to table service, dinner shows, quick service, and even food trucks for those lighter bites. When I say there is something for everyone, I promise you that you will find something that you want to eat at Disney Springs. I challenge you not to find somewhere. So moving on, today specifically we are looking at Disney Springs table service restaurants. These are the restaurants where you're seated at a table and typically served by a waiter or waitress. There are so many restaurants at Disney Springs that I couldn't possibly fit them all into one video. So today we're going to look specifically at the restaurants that are located in the landing area of Disney Springs. I'll do a further video looking at the restaurants that are located in Town Centre, Marketplace and West Side in the future. So as I say, for today we're going to look purely at the restaurants situated at the landing. The landing is what was formerly Pleasure Island, but with the closure of all the clubs, this area has re-emerged as a thriving commercial district with a myriad of vibrant restaurants and stunning waterfront views. So, looking at the map, this is the landing area of Disney Springs right here. Now there are 11 different table service restaurants at the landing, so we better crack on. Before we do though, please click subscribe and click the thumbs up as well, I'd really appreciate that. And then tell me in the comments below which is your favourite table service restaurant at the landing. So a bit of presenter bias here, I'm going to start us off with my favourite restaurant at the landing, the Boathouse. Now this restaurant is operated by Gibson's Restaurant Group and is the one that you might have seen that has the amphicars, the cars that drive from the land straight down into the water. This restaurant brings you the best of the land and the sea. It is a signature fine dining level restaurant, and when the Disney dining plan has been offered, this one will cost you 2 table service credits per person. In my honest opinion, this is the best restaurant on the landing. You get waterfront views, a great menu, some delicious food, brilliant drink selection, and the servers are wonderful as well. What more could you want? I mentioned the amphicars, and for $125, you can have a 20-minute tour of the lake. They literally drive in and out of the lake. It is very cool to watch, but a little overpriced in my own opinion. I go here for the food, and you will find appetizers such as a Maine lobster bisque, firecracker shrimp, and Blue Star Angus carpaccio. Appetizers here are around $17. There is also a raw bar as well. Here you will find the oysters. For main courses, people assume that it's all seafood here, but you can get everything from porterhouse steaks, burgers, sandwiches, salads and pastas, as well as lobster rolls, filet mignon sliders, mahi tacos, lobster towel, salmon, grouper, and of course the fish of the day. Mains range from $18 to $16, depending of course on what you have. Desserts here are a little less wonderful, but they're only priced around $10 each. The Boathouse has a rather full bar. It has a great selection of cocktails. The blueberry lemonade is actually incredible. It has wines, it has beers. I can't recommend this place to you enough. It's so good. Anyway, enough about the Boathouse. Let's move on to our second restaurant, Chef Art Smith's Homecomin. And this is one that I am literally desperate to dine at. Here you will dig into farm to fork food, showcasing some of Florida's freshest flavours. That wasn't hard to say at all. And what's more, they are all recipes from award-winning celebrity chef Art Smith. This really is Southern comfort food, and this restaurant offers brunch, lunch and dinner. And this is the place where you will find the moonshine. When the Disney dining plan has been offered, this restaurant will cost you 1 table service credit per person. The brunch menu options are around $20 and include a hush puppy benedict, the granddaddy plate, a short rib hash and French toast. Lunch and dinner menus are essentially the same and include sandwiches, salads, fried chicken and donuts, a barbecue plate, chicken, steak and more. Prices are between $15 and $32 here, and desserts include the stunning hummingbird cake and the moonshine cake too. These will cost you around $12 a slice. The drinks menu looks incredible. Here you will find moonshine on tap, cocktails made with moonshine, wines and beers. The drink menu here also looks incredible. I honestly cannot wait to try this place. If you have already, please tell me in the comments below, how did you rate it? On to our third restaurant, the Edison. Another restaurant that I really want to dine at. Not for the food, but for the entertainment. I actually had reservations for both Chef Art and for the Edison on my COVID cancelled trip last year. This is quite a gothic, industrial themed restaurant, a 1920s electric factory which features live entertainment whilst you dine. It is certainly adult and borderline risque. Now this won't be for everyone, but for an adult only trip, this will be perfect as it's 21 and up. The lineup includes unique acts including contortionists, aerialists, DJs, live cabaret, bands, etc, etc, etc. Now you don't go here for the food, and whilst the food reviews here are not bad, this isn't the Boathouse. When the dining plan has been offered, this is also 1 table service credit per person. And this is the place that you may have seen that does the clothesline of candy bacon, which you can get here for around $18. And for around the same price, you can get other options, including calamari, the electric fries, a creamy spinach cheesy dip, and a selection of salads. For mains, you can get ribs, fish, burgers. Nothing standout amazing, but really good staples. These staples range between $20 and $42, and desserts here are around $14 each. And this one is like a proper bar. It has some really great cocktails. So check out that cocktail menu too. Next, Maria and Enzo's Ristorante. Now this one gets consistently good reviews and is known to be quite a good Italian option at Disney Springs. I haven't dined here before, and it isn't high on my list of places to dine at either. This is for no other reason than there is just so much choice at Disney Springs, and an Italian restaurant typically wouldn't make my top list. So I'm not really attracted to this one, but no reason why you shouldn't be. It's part of the Patina group, so the same people who own and operate Via Napoli and Tutto Gusto at Epcot, and also Morimoto Asia in Disney Springs. So it's in very good company. This restaurant boasts Sicilian cuisine and is set in a 1930s airline terminal building which has been transformed into an elegant eatery. They offer brunch, lunch and dinner, and when the Disney dining plan has been offered, this place is also 1 table service credit. Appetizers are around $18 and include calamari, polpatine, which is kind of a meatball with whipped cream and parmesan, and a Caesar salad. Entrees are from $20 to $50 and include ravioli, lasagna, salmon, and a 12-ounce grilled sirloin steak. And desserts here sound really great, especially the torta della nonna, grandma's tart. A creamy custard with pine nuts and almonds, and I also really like the sound of the cannoli too. Desserts are around $15 and you will find a really great selection of Italian wine at this restaurant as well. Number 5, and we are heading to Morimoto Asia, another signature fine dining restaurant at the Landing. Now this one is a little bit odd in terms of Disney dining plan. For lunch it is 1 table service credit per person, and for dinner it is 2 table service credits per person, but the menus are the same. So basically, if you're on the dining plan, go there for lunch. You're going to get really, really great food, great service for what is in effect half the price. If you're paying out of pocket, then go whenever, as you're going to pay the same price for lunch or dinner, so it doesn't really matter. But overall, the message is, dining plan or paying out of pocket, just go. This place is insane. The menu here looks so great, particularly if you're a lover of Pan-Asian cuisine. Japanese master chef Morimoto is acknowledged as being one of the most inventive Pan-Asian forces in America. So this is his restaurant. What are you saying? I'll start by saying that this restaurant is a masterpiece. It's really stunning. Grand, ornate, spacious and enchanting. You can get Japanese food, Chinese classics, Korean dishes and Malay specialities. So much choice. You can get small plates, sushi rolls and dim sum. These will set you back around $20. Amongst the selection, you will find egg drop soup, crispy popcorn shrimp tempura, and pork dumplings too. They have some wonderful sushi and sashimi platters, but these are priced up to $110. Main courses include an orange chicken, Peking aromatic duck, a Mongolian filet mignon, as well as A5 grade Japanese Wagyu beef too. You can also get cheaper lo mein and ramen dishes here too. This is not a cheap place, but as I said, if you're on the Disney dining plan and you go for lunch, you are going to get bang for your buck here. Desserts here are a big miss for me. I don't typically like desserts at Asian restaurants, but green tea cheesecake and green tea tiramisu literally do nothing for me. If that's your thing, they are around $11. Desserts aside, this place is very high on my list of places to dine at. Is it on yours as well? Next up, we're heading to Paddlefish, formerly Fulton's Crab House, and this one gets such mixed reviews. People either love paddlefish or they hate it. It's either great or it's gross. There's never any middle ground. I think it's great, but that's based on one dining experience only in 2019. But I had such a positive experience. Now this restaurant is the iconic paddle boat anchored on Lake Buena Vista, and it serves fresh seafood and some really, really great steaks as well. I dined here in 2019 and the staff were literally wonderful. I had the king crab legs and all I can say is wow. It was such a wonderful dining experience. Oh, and the lobster corn dogs, wow, wow, wow. Starters here cost up to $17, soups and salads up to $15, and here you can get those king crab legs for $75, snow crab for $45, and a whole Maine lobster for $65. More normal seafood dishes are around $30 and include a stuffed cod, a catfish and salmon too. And from the lamb menu, you're looking at paying up to $48 for a steak, a 16-ounce ribeye, but pastas, burgers, chicken breast and pork chops are around $22. So kind of something for every budget. Desserts here again aren't amazing, but they're okay. And if you're on a Disney dining plan, this one will cost you 2 table service credits per person. It's signature fine dining level. So if you're using your dining plan credits here, basically get the king crab legs. Next, shall we go to Paradiso 37, Taste of the Americas. This is a lesser known restaurant, but it gets really, really good reviews. And looking at the menu, it has some really, really great options. So I haven't been here. In fact, I haven't even noticed it on all of my visits to Disney Springs. It is a waterfront restaurant and bar with flavors inspired by North, Central and South America. This one is now on my list. Not high on my list, but definitely on my list. Brightly coloured booths with a Latin flair. This place features live music, a tequila tower with 37 different tequilas. Oh, and a rum bar too. This place sounds the nuts, and also another very adult place that we can go to in Disney Springs. Nachos, dips, crazy corn, and even big smoked poutine stand out on the appetizer menu. Then we have salads, flatbreads, Argentinian steak, fish tacos, shrimp po' boy, barbecue pork ribs, and a selection of delicious sounding burgers too. Entrees here are around the $25 price point, and desserts here sound absolutely insane. Florida Sunshine Orange Cake, Brazilian Brigadeiro, Mexican churros with caramel and chocolate dipping sauces, and the standout Maui upside down cake. Desserts here are around $12. And the drinks menu goes on and on. It looks like a really, really good night out. Has anyone been there? Please tell me about it in the comments below. Okay, we're getting there, onto number 8 and Raglan Road. What can I say about Raglan Road? Well, it's the Irish pub. It has live music and it features traditional Irish dancers. I've dined here twice. I had one really positive experience and one poorer experience, but that was down to the server, who was really, really quite awful. But overall, I would say this is a really, really great venue and somewhere that you need to visit at some point during your Disney trip. So the menu here is really nice. It is decent enough price for what you get, and the drink selection is really brilliant too. Add in live entertainment, and for 1 table service credit on the Disney Dining Plan is offered, this place is really, really quite good value. You can get brunch, lunch and dinner here, and appetizers are priced between $7 and $24. The entrees are typical Irish foods and are priced around $25, and desserts are around $11 each, and the bread and butter pudding on this menu gets an awful lot of attention. That said, some of my family had that bread and butter pudding on our last trip, and they really didn't rate it very much at all. Could have been a bad day, I guess. Also get some wonderful beer flights, whiskey flights and cocktails here too. This is a proper pub. This is a really good venue, but of course only if you can see the performers. So when you check in at the podium, make sure you ask for a stage view, even if that means waiting a little bit longer. You honestly won't regret that wait. So next we Irish jig along to STK Orlando. Now I rarely hear anything good about this place. So if you're a lover of this restaurant, please tell me about it in the comments below, as I'd be really, really keen to hear some positive reviews, as everything I seem to read is typically quite negative. This is another 2 table service credit restaurant on the Disney Dining Plan when it's offered, although I do have a faint memory that they actually removed themselves from the dining plan before COVID struck. So this restaurant may or may not be on the Disney Dining Plan if and when it's reintroduced. One of the biggest criticisms that I hear of this restaurant is that people say that this is like dining inside a nightclub, as the DJ music is just too loud. The steak is reported as being very, very good, but not the best steak that you'll find on Disney property. This is purely subjective, and as I haven't dined here myself, it's complete hearsay. So please go and make your own assessment of this restaurant. From everything that I've personally read though, this restaurant isn't on my list of places to dine at all. STK opens for brunch, lunch and dinner. STK has salads and starters for up to $30, burritos, tuna tartare and lump crab cakes. They also have a raw bar with oysters and red king crab, plus a sharing platter of seafood. There are some ordinary entrees for around $50, but of course this place is all about the steak. And prices range from $48 for a 6-ounce fillet and go up to $152 for the 34-ounce tomahawk ribeye. You can add king crab Oscar, shrimp and truffle butter for an upcharge, and they have a really, really great selection of sauces here too. STK, STK Bold, horseradish, chimichurri, red wine, blue butter, and of course traditional béarnaise. Sides unfortunately are charged as extra as well, so if you'd like fries, mashed potato, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, tater tots, or a sweet corn pudding, or even mac and cheese, you are looking at a further $16. So it certainly isn't cheap here, and the reviews here are not the best. The dessert menu is totally bland and probably the worst of all the menus that I reviewed preparing for this video. Desserts here, however, are around $12. I'm really quite interested to hear from you if you've eaten at this restaurant. So if you have, please tell me in the comments below, was this worth the money that you paid? The penultimate restaurant at the landing is Terralina Crafted Italian. Another Italian restaurant and one that I really haven't paid too much attention to. But it gets good reviews here for sure. And this is another waterfront eatery which serves innovative Italian dishes from the executive chef Justin Plank. Serving both lunch and dinner, this is another one table service credit restaurant when the dining plan is being offered. Appetizers are around $14 and you will find mussels with sausage, bruschetta, meatballs, Italian fries, fried olives, and mozzarella stuffed rice balls. And if there are 4 of you, you get the antipasti tower for $37. The big difference between Terralina Crafted Italian and myriad and Enzo's is that this place serves pizza. These are around $17. They also sell sandwiches, salads and pasta dishes too. Typically priced around $30, this isn't an expensive place really. Some nice desserts here too, priced around $11, and I'd be going for that lemon panna cotta with the candied thyme. And as you might expect, a really comprehensive Italian wine menu too. I'm not rushing to dine here, but it does look really nice. And finally, our tour concludes with Wine Bar George. This is Taylor's favourite place, and we have a whole video all about Wine Bar George. I'll put a link to that video in the description below. For now though, I think Wine Bar George looks like a really awesome option. It's not really a restaurant, it's more of a wine bar that serves food, but actually some of the options here are really great. Firstly, you won't find a better wine selection in the whole of Disney Springs. There are 140 different wines here that you can purchase by the glass, the bottle, or even the ounce. There are some great cocktails and they even do a champagne experience too. Open for brunch, lunch and dinner, there are some really great food options here. At the moment, these are typically small plates which are priced around $14 each. And this is the place that has the olive oil cake as well. You must have heard of that. And they do a chocolate experience as well. Wine and chocolates, count me in. Okay, so that was exhausting, and now I'm starving, but so many wonderful food options here today. There will be a further video on the other table service restaurants at Disney Springs, but for now, I have personally eaten in 3 of the landing restaurants. How many of you dined at, and which is your favourite? And also, has this video persuaded you to try somewhere new on your next trip? Please tell me in the comments below. We already have videos like this about table service dining for Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios and Epcot. I will link those videos in the description below, as well as our video about advanced dining reservations, which will become particularly important as we come out of these COVID times. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you like our channel, please click subscribe and hit the notification bell as well so you know when our videos land. Finally, if you're not a member of our fantastic adult-only Facebook group, please join us today where we will continue this conversation and many more. The link is in the description below. And in the meantime, remember, never grow up.